didn't burn out. You just slowly became soft. And men love the word burnout because it sounds almost respectable. Burnout makes it sound like you were a warrior who just fought too hard. Like you were just grinding so relentlessly that eventually your body and your mind just collapsed under the weight of all your effort. But most of the time, what actually happened is far less heroic and blockbuster movie-like. Nothing happened. You just drifted. Because I had a conversation with a guy recently who told me that he was completely burnt out. Successful business owner earning good money with a nice house, a nice little family, the sort of life where most people from the outside looking in would say that everything's going well. But he sat there across from me and said something with absolute certainty. He said, "I'm just burnt out." Now here's what's really interesting. The moment we actually unpacked his life, the story started changing. He wasn't training anymore, not because he didn't have time, but because he'd stopped making it non-negotiable. His sleep had collapsed. He was getting 4 or 5 hours a night, max. Phone still in his hand every night at midnight. Mind racing. Work reacting to absolutely everything with no real structure, no space to breathe and no silence. His body had slowly softened and his mind had become so loud he couldn't even cope with his own thoughts, and his life had just become reactive. And somewhere along the way, he started to call all of that burnout. But burnout wasn't the problem. Misalignment was. Because burnout suggests that you push too hard, but most of the time, the truth is very, very different. You stop pushing at all. Your standards drifted, your routine slipped, and your discipline slowly negotiated its way out of your life. Suddenly, you find yourself waking up tired every morning, wondering what the hell had even happened. And then you call it burnout because it sounds respectable. But the truth is harder to swallow, much harder to swallow. You didn't burn out, you drifted. And drifting is far more dangerous than failure ever could be, because failure shocks you back into action, but drifting slowly numbs you. You stop training, your body loses its sharpness, and you stop creating space to think, and your mind becomes noisy. Your work starts controlling every single hour of your day. 3 pillars: body, mind, money, completely out of sync. That's misalignment. And when those pillars drift apart, life starts to feel way heavier than it should do. Simple things feel difficult, decisions feel exhausting, and your motivation's gone. Not because you work too hard, but because your life stopped supporting the man that you were supposed to be becoming. And you see this everywhere now. Men earning good money, men running businesses, men with opportunity at their feet, but their body's gone soft. Their sleep is terrible, their mind never switches off, and they're constantly anxious and overwhelmed. Sit there scrolling at night, waking up tired, and they drag themselves through the day telling everybody they're burnt out. And by they, I mean you. But what actually happened is much simpler. Your life became misaligned. And the scary part is how quietly it happens. No dramatic moment, no big dramatic collapse, just a slow erosion of standards. And you miss a few training sessions, you stay up later, you stop protecting your time, and then your business becomes reactive instead of intentional. And 6 months later, you wake up one day and realise your life feels completely different. And you can't even pinpoint where the downfall started to happen. That's exactly what drifting is. And drifting is where nearly all men live their lives because it feels comfortable. It doesn't force you to confront anything head on, and you can keep telling yourself that you're just tired. You can keep blaming stress. You can keep saying things like you're burnt out, but deep down, you know something uncomfortable. You're not burnt out. You've just drifted so far away from the man that you were supposed to be. And alignment fixes that. And alignment doesn't even have to be anything motivational. It's structural. Because when the body becomes sharp again, something strange happens. Your mind becomes quieter. And when your mind becomes quieter, your decisions become so much clearer. And when your decisions become clearer, your work stops running your life. You're the same man, same business, same responsibilities, but everything feels different. You start feeling in control again. Not because life suddenly became easier. It's because you became aligned across body, mind, money. And those 3 pillars are working together instead of fighting each other and fighting for your time and your resources. Instead of surviving, you start thriving. I don't want you to watch this video. I don't mind if you completely disagree because you're exhausted and you're overwhelmed and you'll say that you're burnt out. And some of you genuinely are. But a lot of you watching this aren't. A lot of you have just become slowly soft. soft in your standards, soft in your discipline, soft in the structure of the daily makeup of your life. And the good news is, it's something that most people miss. And the beautiful thing is, the drift created the problem can also be solved by alignment. Alignment reverses all of that, but it has to start with honesty and stop calling it burnout and start actually asking yourself a better question. Have I actually burnt out, or have I simply drifted away from the man that I was supposed to become? That should hit hard when I say that, because those two problems have got two very different solutions. And if this video is landing a little bit too uncomfortably, then good. That usually means what I'm saying is accurate and it's striking a chord with you. If you want to know exactly where you're at and where you could be and what's holding you back from being there, click the link in the description and do the alignment audit. It's free and it will take you less than 10 minutes and it'll break down exactly where you are across body, mind, money, and show you exactly how to move forward. And it will start and something that's just moving forward without any real control. Because I want you to live a life of alignment. Body, mind, money. When those three move together, I promise you, you'll never look back. So click the link in the description. I'll see you in the next video. But don't bother clicking on the next video if you're not going to go and do the alignment audit. It's free. It's there for you to do.